Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like cold. This is ticker symbol KOLD, which is the ProShares Ultra Short Natural Gas. So it's 2x leverage short natural gas. Natural gas is the widow maker, so very good to be cautious with this. I had made a video a few weeks, maybe a month ago, talking about, 27, 26 being a potential dip buying opportunity for this to be rallying higher. That very clearly did not happen. And yeah, so I was wrong about that. But we did pull down to this downtrend that I have marked here. It looks like it's kind of an approximate downtrending level. I might revise that to, let's see. Yeah, I just have, a little trend line there. I might revise that to be a ray. So we got 2 pivot points, just being a little bit more precise with it. And so that was based on, let's see, the low from over there. Yeah, okay. So let's see. And then I will take this ray and draw it from the low from October 2nd and connect it to the low from January 16th. And so now we have that nice little downtrend. We did get one close below it on February 19th, but that does look like it was a dip buying opportunity for a nice little 20% rally there. We did test it again on March 4th, and from there, it looks like from that line, so not the low, it looks like we got, an 8%, rally there. And then now we're seeing a pullback, hit a low yesterday of $16.20. And so and actually during the pre-market, I actually bought the dip a little bit, not super aggressive, but during the pre-market a couple days ago, did go sub 16. So I had a little order placed at 16 because I think I saw in the overnight trading, which is not on the chart here, I saw that cold was below 17 into the 16s. I think it was in the sub 16s in the overnight trading. So I had a limit buy placed at 17 that wasn't filled because it wasn't for after hours, it wasn't for overnight trading. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to adjust that to 16, and it did get filled in the pre-market. And we have gone higher since then. So maybe the bottom is in here with this. And with that gap that we have to the upside, let's see what kind of percentage moves we have from right around current price. That is over 100%. Getting up to that 50-day moving average is about 85%. But let's say that moving average continues to come down. That's potentially like a 50% move to the upside. So looking pretty nice there. Or if we just go to that 21-day moving average from current price, let's say, that's at least a 20% move to the upside. So looking pretty good there. But what I wanted to talk about with cold or with natural gas is actually not this chart, because this is an ETF that tracks the natural gas commodities price. And this is a leveraged inverse ETF. So kind of, risky or not so great to be doing technical analysis on this one. So what we want to be doing is flipping over to looking at the commodity here in TradingView. And so this is something that Gareth Soloway talked about in his in his game plan pre-market videos that he does. He's going to be streaming in a couple of minutes. And then he also followed up with the trading to close yesterday. And so what he was talking about was putting in a topping signal here with a big wick to the upside, closing in the bottom quarter of the trading from yesterday, March 10th. So it looks like we got that. It does look like we're bouncing a little bit. So maybe there's, still a dip buying opportunity with cold. But really the takeaway from this is the high from yesterday was at a price of $4.92. And so we would need to be getting a close above that to suggest that this could be continuing higher, that is not, in fact, a topping signal. And it just looks like that's a pretty clear inverse hammer at the top here. Big wick closing in the bottom quarter, really at the lows from yesterday. So what we're seeing now with this green price action trading around 460 over here, I think that's probably going to get negated and that we could be pulling back. And one thing that stood out to me that I found to be super cool, I saw this in Gareth's game plan yesterday, or actually it might have been from his Trading the Close video, was a trend line that he had that connected with the high from yesterday. And so I'm actually going to do this in kind of a funny way. I'm going to connect the first point to the high, and then I'm going to draw that going back in time. Are there any levels that we could draw that might suggest, that that's a top? And so this, I wouldn't think that's, significant, anything like that, because it's just kind of, wonky over here. But thing that stands out is over here, we got this top from, let's see, March 3rd of 2023, just being kind of approximate there. We got this double top here, intersects perfectly with that before a pretty big drawdown. And so that intersects with the highs from yesterday. So that to me seems like it's a pretty notable coincidence that was the high. And we could be seeing a reversal. And so that means that we could be seeing a pretty big rally with cold over here. But if we are seeing green candle so far on the day, maybe there's still a dip buying opportunity with cold. It looks like in the pre-market it's at 1643. So maybe we see another test of 16, and actually during market hours the low is 1620. So maybe, that's a nice dip buying level before we really start to see this rally. So I personally am kind of intrigued by that. I do have a small cold position, but I've been passively adding. I might more aggressively add as we see a bit of a rally if we are starting to see this top be formed over here. So pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And so with that being said, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.